Okay, this is our final year with Arsenal. Let's get things going. So sometimes before these episodes, I try and entice you to watch the whole thing. This is a £500 million transfer window. Let's see what went on. Hello viewers and welcome back to another episode of the Arsenal series. We are on the home straight now before the end of the Arsenal series. And hopefully today you will see that we've had one of the busiest transfer windows and enjoy the fact that something different may well occur this season. As I say, 500 million, quite a lot brought in, quite a lot spent. And let's start then with some of the outs. Now, there's only really one place to start, and that is with Hector Bellerin, who I regret to inform you has actually left the club. I don't regret to inform you, though, that it's £105 million. £105 million. Hector Bellerin, £105 million. Now, the initial offer I got was £125 million, but it was spread over the course of a couple of years, and I thought, well, this is the final year. Get as much as you can up front, Ben, and then go out and spend it. So that is what we did. £105 million. You've completed it yourself there, well done. The next player to go then was Ivan Perisic, and he's gone to a London rival, it has to be said, but Chelsea for £65 million. Bought him for £36 million a couple of years ago, has had some decent seasons for us, and is actually having a very good year at Chelsea this year, but £65 million for a player that, while I think he's good, I think we could afford to lose, considering who else we've brought in. So Perisic has gone out, £65 million. I think that's pretty good value. Next up, £50 million. Granit Xhaka off to Barcelona. Again, it was quite good for me last year, but I just think with what he offers the team, he's probably worth letting go. I notice every player that's leaving is having quite a good year so far. 7.9 in one game and an assist. But £50 million, of course, bought in for £37 million in the year before I joined the club, and should have allowed me to invest properly. I guess we'll see in a moment, won't we? But there's more sales that have gone on. And this is a bit of a funny one, because obviously it was a player that we bought in and was doing all right for us, but then last year didn't really feature so much. Jean-Michel Seri has gone out. 21 million was the fee that we brought him in for. Last year, though, no goals, 3 assists, and I just felt for 35 million, we're making a bit of a profit on him. We can reinvest in some players that would maybe offer us something different in the centre. He's left the club, but I did quite enjoy him, so it's worth saying, if you want a player like him, good value, I say 21 million we brought him for. If you're a Premier League side, sort of a top half Premier League side, get him in, because he is very good, but he just wasn't playing as much for me there last season, so I figured we'd let him go. Now, this is also a bit of an interesting one. Another player that we've brought during this save has now gone out again. Timo Horn has gone off to Zenit. I've brought in a couple of keepers. Petr Cech has retired, so it was worth getting some money for him. It wasn't a massive fee, 14.75 million. A small loss was made on him, but for a goalkeeper that featured very rarely and was really the backup choice for us, it's not too bad. Played quite a lot of games in Europe for us over a couple of seasons. Actually, no, only one season because of Rob Green played, didn't he? That's a throwback. Rob Green's still here, I think. What's he doing now? Oh no, Rob Green retired. Oh, what a shame. I mean, what a career, though. The final transfer then, 21 years of age. Some people might look at this and go, well, why have you done this, Ben? But really, he's not progressed as much as I was hoping. He didn't play as much as me last season either. Jeff Rennie Adelaide has gone out as well then. 5.25 million was obviously brought in from Lens again. A player that was bought before we got here. And, hasn't featured too much for me in the series, So it's gone out. The same applies actually to Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson this year has gone out on loan. I don't think Arsenal should sell him at this point. We did list him to see if we could get maybe 10, 15 million for him, but that didn't happen. Loan bid came in from Reading, though, and a similar story really. Has played and featured now and again, but hasn't been able to nail down a first team spot, and as a result, we've had to buy in some other players. And the final out as well is a player you probably didn't even realise that was at the club. Asano has left to Leeds United for £3 million. Is doing pretty well for them. Hasn't featured for me. Has had some loan spells out. Actually had a really good season, a decent season for Villa last year, but yeah, was brought in before I was here, and now he's been sold. So there you are. Now, they're the outs out of the way. They're the interesting outs. Are you ready for some exciting ins? Oh boy. So to give you an idea, that was £278 million brought in across around 10 players, and we bought in as many as we sold. So let's start off small and get bigger, shall we? That's an interesting turn of phrase, Ben. It really is. Right then, the first player of note that we've brought in is a centre-back, Miguel Andrade. I think you'd probably say it. Looks pretty decent, I think. 6'1", good physically, mentally solid as well. Great heading, great marking, great tackling. 20 years of age, the Argentine brought in then for 6.75 million. Has been doing okay at Boca, and I figured we'd get a decent defender in. So there we are, young, hungry, excited to play for Arsenal, I'm sure, and it will be a decent backup option for us with Koscielny and Van Dijk, who are still here. Right, then we make the jump up to around 18.75 million. Fred from Shakhtar has been brought in, and I think left-sided, gives us some good balance, playmaker style player, can also play in the deeper role as well if required. Of course, selling Xhaka for 50 million, getting Fred in for 18.75. I dare say, folks, that's quite good business. So here he is then. Fred, everyone say hi to Fred. Hi, Fred. Fred doesn't reply very often. We'll see if he replies throughout the rest of the season. Every now and then, hi, Fred. We'll see what he does. Right, on to the next one. Now, this is an interesting one. And Manchester United, despite winning the league, were quite happy to let a few of their talents go, which I did find interesting. 19.5 million, I remember. So we've got Fred and Matic for Granit Xhaka. I mean, Granit Xhaka, Granny's gone. So there we are. Granny's gone. He's gone. Of course, United bought him from Chelsea this season in real life, but yeah, Arsenal have got in there. 19.5 million. I think that's not too bad. Welcome, Nemanja Matic. We're not going to say hi to all the players. We'll move on. But look at those attributes. Even at 31. Not bad in my book. Now, of course, with Hector Bellerin leaving, a new right-back was required, and this, I found, was the best of the bunch. In terms of what we're looking for from our right-backs, I think... Ben, how do we say this name? If you watched my recent series of Spal, you'll know I had a player called Dorian Heiser. Now, this has Heiser in it, so we'll say Heiser J, because that's how it's... Right-back, brought in, Napoli, 21.5 million, very consistent performer. I'm delighted. Again, we brought him in for 21.5 million. Bellerin went for 105. Have I mentioned that, by the way? 105 million. I mean, goodness me. Now, I've picked up this lovely little regen. Moise Kean from Juventus. Very excited to bring him in. A lot of potential. All the potential. Got to be 23 million from Juventus. I don't know when he loaded into the game. I'm going to stop now and clarify that I'm aware he's not a regen, but I once famously said that Moise Kean was a regen, when in fact, of course, he's not a regen. There'll be people there scrolling down to the comment section. Just give me one moment here, I'm furious. But yeah, can play on the left side, can play up top through the middle as well, and has got really, really good attributes. I like the look of him a lot. Considering he's 19, he's not too shabby, is he? On that left side then, he and Eden Hazard can rotate within Europe and the Premier League, of course. So, there he is, Moise Kean, the best regen I've never signed. So, Timo Horn has left the club, Petr Cech has retired from football, so a new backup goalkeeper was required. That's right, Jack Butland's the backup goalkeeper, has been brought in. A decent fee as well, 24.5 million, will probably play exclusively in European competition, whereas we've got our other goalkeeper to play in the Premier League and other cup competitions. We'll see how it works out. We'll rotate it as much as possible to make sure they both get game time. I think he could be really good for us though, of course he will. 5 days, 2 weeks with an injury at the moment, but looks like a solid option, and an English option, which is important. We've not brought in too many English players, so we had to make sure we filled up the quota of those, and Jack Butland was the perfect tonic for that issue. 6'5", 26 years of age, England caps under his belt, a decent addition to the squad. Could probably start for most teams in this league. Next up then, and transfers galore, folks, I think you'll agree. Marco Asensio, I mentioned it towards the end of the last couple of episodes that he was available on a transfer listed fee, and this was the man I ended up going for. A really good deal as well. £33 million from Real Madrid. I think he's the natural successor to Mesut Ozil and is the perfect replacement for him, and will probably play an awful lot this season as well. Fantastic technical ability, one of the best players on the game for that. Mentally solid, physically very good. Marco Asensio, 23 years of age, Spanish international, is in the van. This is odd, isn't it? This is odd to look at. Just your eyes are confused. They don't know whereabouts to look. Are they looking at his physicals? Are they looking at his name, his value, his potential abilities, current ability? No one knows what to do. But Romelu Lukaku has been signed by me for Arsenal. I said before, when the Matic signing happened, Manchester United were willing to just let players go. So for 34.5 million, he's in the van. He's played one game, got a hat-trick in it, opening day of the season. That's not bad, is it? And I think gives us really good strength in depth. We've still got Dembele, as you've seen. We've still got Lacazette. Now we've got Romelu Lukaku. Moise Kean's come in as well. Options, viewers. Hashtag options. So yeah, there he is then. And 19 finishing, decent mentals, fantastic physicals, powerful striker at 6'3". Different options to what we've got already. Of course, since Giroud left, we've not really had a natural target man, but Romelu Lukaku is that man. And the final transfer then, and it's not a massive transfer, but it is a goalkeeper. In terms of value, it's not a massive transfer, but in terms of player, now, I 100% agree that this is a bit of as boring as Football Manager transfers can get. bringing in Donnarumma is a bit of a boring transfer, but a 20-year-old goalkeeper with all the potential in the world, one of the best potential players on the game this year, and last year, of course, as well. In he comes then, 6'6", Gianluigi Donnarumma from AC Milan, £36 million. I don't think it's that bad at all. I think he's very good. And now I've got him and Jack Butland vying for the starting place in this Arsenal team. And that then completes our transfers. I'm not going to tell you about Donnarumma. You're fully aware of his abilities. And this then is the squad that we are left with. Defensively, a little bit short on players, aren't we? Just a little bit, just a touch, but it should be fine. 4 centre-backs, we've got 2 right-backs in I'm going to call him Heisa and Carmona. We've got Kurzawa and Danny Rose at left-back. Centre-back options, Koscielny, Holding, Van Dijk, and Andrade. We'll get that, we'll nail that eventually. Matic can play there as well if absolutely necessary, but will be part of the midfield with Fred, Arthur, Gay, Wilshere, and then in the more attacking areas, Asensio, Mahrez, Hazard, Iwobi still here, as Ozil of course as well, and then 4 striking options, but can also play in those wider areas, Lacazette, Lukaku, Moise Kean, Moussa Dembele. I feel like this is the first transfer window I've ever had where the transfers are competent, so there you are, enjoy. But let me know what you think, comment section, happy with the deals, disappointed with the deals? I think they're alright. And so far this season then, 2 wins on the bounce for us, West Brom and Brighton, 3-0 and 3-1. I say Lukaku got a hat-trick in the first game, looking really, really good. A 61-minute hat-trick for him. And then the second game, Eden Hazard with a couple, and Mahrez got one as well. Today then, Derby County is the game we're going to play. But before we get to that, we've got a Champions League group stage draw, and we're going to fill you in with this one. It's all kicking off, viewers. There's a lot going on. So let's go through this then. I don't think we win the league, so we're probably in pot 2. We are indeed in pot 2, as we go through Shakhtar Barcelona, Manchester United Dortmund, Sevilla going to the group with Benfica. That's quite a soft group, isn't it? Paris Saint-Germain will play Napoli, Real Madrid, Porto. This is now Moscow, Juve or Bayern. Oh, flipping heck. Juve or Bayern. Okay, that's Juventus. That's Moise Kean. Okay, he's loving it. And then Monaco go in there with Bayern then, as we'll go through again a little bit quicker. Right, so we get this team here, do we? So it's going to be Bilbao, which again, pretty tough, and Liverpool going with Bayern and Monaco. Some interesting groups developing there. Manchester United, Dortmund, Inter, Shakhtar, Barcelona, Chelsea. Goodness gracious. Right, moving forward again. Now, we can't get AC Milan because we've got Juve in our group, so they're going to make another group really interesting. So we're going to get, it's quite easy. It works its way out, I think. We are going to get Romanian side, Steaua Bucharest, which I think is probably the softest team, or one of the softer teams we could have got in the Champions League then. So there you are. Decent draws. That bottom group, by the way, Bayern, Monaco, Liverpool, AC Milan. It's a great little group. And Spartak Moscow go in there as well. Some interesting groups there, and I think we've got one of the more interesting ones with Juve and Bilbao in there. So that'll be good. We'll do that next time. We'll play a Champions League fixture. But as I mentioned, today, Derby. This is a lot of information has come out of my mouth in the last 5 minutes. And by 5 minutes, I mean nearly 15 minutes. I will be doing an update video in the next couple of days, letting you know when Thames is coming out, as well as some other things, so stay tuned for that. There will be information on what's going on. I'll do a video about all that, though, for people that are interested. Now, of course, the transfer window is close to me. I can't bring anybody else in, but other teams can sign my players if they want to, which seems like an unfair system, if I'm being completely honest. Right then, as mentioned, Derby are the team are playing, and I was going to hopefully start Van Dijk, but he's got a bit of an injury, so we'll bring him out for Holding, who could come in instead. And this is what the team then looks like. We're going to go with a similar system to last year, a couple of changes here and there. We've got quite a playmaker midfield, which you might have to change if needs be, but with Matic on the bench, we can easily switch that up if we need to. Donnarumma then to start in goal, Heisa J at right back. We've got Koscielny, Holding, and Danny Rose also completing the back four. Fred and Arthur in the centre. Of course, Arthur's still here, and Arthur's really good, so I'm happy with that. We've got Asensio playing just in front of them, Hazard on the left, Mahrez on the right, and Lukaku up top through the middle. But lots of options. You look at that bench, Moise Kean, Lacazette, Matic, Dembele. We've got Jack Wilshere on the bench as well. We've got a solid team is what I'm getting at. And Mesut Ozil, didn't even mention him. And he's actually struggling for fitness, so we'll make sure we get him off the bench, because there's no point in having him on the bench. Let's get into the game. Right. Come on, final year. Ambitions. What should we be aiming for? I think actually that's a question for the comment section. What should be? You said it. You can be the board. What should we be achieving this season? I think Premier League win is almost a must. So if we don't get that, I'm a failure. I think even if I do get that, I'll still be considered a failure. But we should be winning this one fairly comfortably. Play your own game, and we should win. But again, yeah, we're playing this attacking system, attacking style, with a lot of playmaker players in the centre. Just keep the ball, keep working in options, keep working in openings for us, and hopefully that'll work out. If it doesn't work out, then, well, this is going to be embarrassing. So we're playing Derby. First highlight of the game, minute in. Derby's ball played in. Hazard sort of chips it up to himself and then launches it forward. Should we get the league table off? We don't need it this early in the season, as they're now working it out quite nicely. Now, Lukaku got a hat-trick in one game, but then failed to find the net in the second one. But I'm hoping we'll be part of this attack, maybe. Asensio into Hazard, back into Asensio, into Riyad Mahrez, back to Heisa. Oh, he's hit the post, and it's cleared, and it's tackled, and it's Arthur again. I mean, I think that might be the first time he's on it, so I don't know what I've said again. Fred, where's Fred going? He's going to the left. Usually he goes to the right. At least that's what he said. And the ball goes now out to Heisa, and there we are then. It's definitely not said Heisa, is it? And there will be comments, Ben. Is it Heisaj? Maybe? Heisaj? Maybe Heisaj. As the ball forward towards Berahino, not the best. And he said Bella in there, who of course is no longer with us. By which I mean he's gone to France, which, well, not the same. Fred, though, bringing it forward, back to Arthur. And I'm hoping Fred, Arthur and Asensio create quite a dynamic duo. Now, I see what I've done there, as Lukaku's missed. I've said three names and then called it a duo, which is not correct. Oh, dear, Ben. It's not a good start. Asensio on it, though, and he plays it forward towards Lukaku. Great run from him. Ball across, maybe. Mahrez is there, and it deflects its way in. I mean, not the most pretty of finishes from Riyad Mahrez, but after 11 minutes, gives us the 1-0 lead. And Derby, I mean, it's game over. I'm going to call it early. So far, 3 wins from 3. And, yeah, unlucky Derby as we come forward again. I should be calling it this early. Arthur, though, into Heisa J, which is what we're going with. Asensio finds Fred in the central area. Fred plays it out towards Eden Hazard. Fred and Hazard work again nicely. Eden Hazard with a great strike. I mean, we got a lovely angle of that, didn't we? Sort of cutting across the ball into that far corner. Eden Hazard is lighting up the Premier League and lighting up the Emirates today. This team is not very Arsenal, is it now? Is there any Arsenal players? Like Koscielny? Is it just Koscielny now? I think it's just Koscielny, isn't it? Because Ozil's not even playing. No, it's just Koscielny. So, Arsenal fans, what we can take from this series is, if you're watching it, basically, and this is all that needs to happen really, you see an entirely new team. That's it. That's all that's required. God, that must be depressing. Look, let's not rule Derby out of this. They're still coming forward. Lawrence into Berahino, and a goal for Derby would put the cat amongst the pigeons. As Tom Huddleston finds Lawrence, and they're just working this quite nicely. Really. We're not getting near it at all. Again, we don't have this defensive midfielder to break things down, which against better sides might be the problem. As well, Sado scores. Sado Berahino heads it in, and Donnarumma beaten at his near post. Oh, there's a wave of shock. You could say there's a shock wave. Oh, that was well gelled together, wasn't it? Oh, I mean, how does it happen? If you didn't understand that reference, then it just wasn't worth it. If you did get that reference, then, you know, that's good. Corner kick. Arthur to play it in. Mahrez is just off the pitch, just chilling out. Does he want to come on? The physio's gone over to him and just left him there. So, I don't really know what's happening. Arthur, though, is playing where Mahrez usually is. Arthur, ball across to Lukaku, who so far has disappointed me. Right, half-time has been and gone. And I guess we'll see. We'll be able to find a way through to get a third one. If they get another goal, we're panicking a little bit. But we've got options off the bench if we need to change it up. Mahrez is struggling for fitness, so that might well occur. As the ball's out to Hazard. I mean, it's not out to Hazard. It's poor is what it is. Ball played forward. Berahino's in again. So how much have we spent this window? All we really needed was Berahino. James Vaughan, by the way. 23s, under 23s. I mean, carry on like this, boys, and I'll be bringing him back. The threat of James Vaughan. Ball played forward. The only position we didn't strengthen was centre-back. Starting to think we should have done. Right, Mahrez is struggling out there. 52 minutes gone. I'm going to make a bold change, and we're going to get Lacazette on in that wide right area. Play him as a winger on support. He does quite like it out there. He's not actually too bad at it, so we'll see if it makes any difference whatsoever. It's Asensio with a chance. So just watching where the ball's gone, apparently. Could have gone further in that direction, could it? Blimey. Right, well, I think I called this game at 1-0 and said it was game over. I'm feeling slightly foolish, viewers. Right, Lukaku's got one more chance before Dembele comes on, because so far, disappointed. As Heisa, J, with it now, Arthur, in the centre of the pitch, into Asensio, the feet of him, as Eden Hazard with a chance to strike, ball into Lukaku, who's coming off immediately. So there we are, I gave him one chance, and he absolutely blew it. On comes Dembele, complete forward, watch him score a goal immediately. Right, 20 minutes left. We've spent all the money in the world, and now Derby are holding us. That guy there was doing star jumps. I mean, this so far is an underwhelming highlight. The ball forward is not the best. And we've got a chance now to come forward with it. Fred, out to that left-hand side. Danny Rose, where's he going? Danny, da-da-da-da-da-da. Ball across, Alexandre Lacazette. There we go. The substitutions have paid off. Lacazette and Dembele were in the centre. Hazard finds one of them, and it's 3-2, and it's game over for the second time. Right, forward again, Asensio. Great ball to Lacazette, who's got options. Alexandre Lacazette makes it 4-2. I've called it 3 times. Game over. Done. Pack up your stuff. Let's go home. It was quite nicely worked, actually, in the centre. Fred just lays it nicely into Asensio, who's ball forward. It's picture perfect to Lacazette, who could have played it across, actually, but goes for goal himself. And that's the advantage of having a striker out on that right side. He's more willing to take the shot from there, and does. 4-2. As I say, get your stuff, get your book bag, get your rucksack. Book bag? I've not said book bag in a while. Do you remember the little book bag at school? It was like a shit briefcase, wasn't it? A little book bag. Danny Rose with a chance to make it 5, and does. There we are. Danny Rose, he's got his book bag in hand. He's ready. I mean, in fairness to the book bag, I don't know where's this going now? In fairness to who starts sentences like that? In fairness to the book bag, it did what it said on the tin. It was a bag for your book, wasn't it? You had books, where'd you put it? In the book bag. I've also now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is bizarre. But nah, everyone must know what I'm on about here, with the book bag. It's a national icon. Oh my God. Oh my God. I literally didn't know what to say. I literally didn't know what to say. Danny Rose to Asensio to Fred, and it's all about what Lacazette does right now. I've got goosebumps I've got goosebumps. Why have I got goosebumps? They're coming for. I literally don't know what to say. You can't see them, but I've got goosebumps from what's just happened. We're forward again. Dembele to make it 7-2, remains at 6. What's just gone on? I mean, this has been a pretty long video, a pretty long welcome back, Ben, but bloody hell. While admittedly, we've not kept a clean sheet, this has been quite impressive. Lacazette's just had a bicycle kick, and I didn't even say anything. I just sort of went like that. And there we are then, 6-2, and as I've said a few times in this game, that's game over. Officially now, the referees now confirm that. And that then, viewers, is going to bring us to the end. A transfer bonanza, a much longer episode than normal, so apologies for that. But there's not been too many over the Christmas period. I hope you and your families did have a lovely time, though. Thank you for everyone that messaged me saying Merry Christmas, all the like. And yeah, hopefully, going into the next year, we should have some good videos for you. Of course, new series starting soon in the new year, Thames FC. But for now, we finish things with Arsenal, and things are going on. Of course, let me know in the comment section what should be the expectations for this season. That was quite good, and currently we're top of the league, having a laugh. So I'll see you again soon. We love with care. From this bench, until next time. Goodbye. We wish you a merry. It's happened, Ben. You're too late. Upload more if you want to do that sort of thing.